Hi, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I make videos about books. Please hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. In this vlog, I will be reading 3 thrillers that I'm just really excited about and wanted to read. I'm going to tell you which ones they are, and then we will go into the vlog. The first one is Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. I read The Echo Wife earlier this year and absolutely loved it, and I have been excited for this one for so long and just keep putting it off. And I don't really know why, so I wanted to put it in this video. I don't really know what this is about other than that it's a thriller. The Echo Wife was more of sci-fi, so I'm excited to see what else they can write besides sci-fi. The next 2 I thought were the same book, so I thought it would be funny to put them in the same video, and that's why I've decided to do that. And the first one is All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. This is a story about a reporter, and the murder is very JonBenet Ramsey-esque, and that's all I know about this one. And then the one that I also thought was this book is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I don't know much about this one either, except that my friend Lexi from Books with Lexi really liked this one. So these are the 3 books I will be reading for this vlog, just because I'm really excited to read some thrillers. Roll the vlog. I am 100 pages into All Good People Here, and I am really liking this so far. This is very JonBenet Ramsey-esque in that I think she's 6-year-old dancer was kidnapped from her home and then subsequently murdered, and there was a note left at her house in spray paint, so that's a little different. And she wasn't found in her home. She was found in a ditch. So what this is following is, I think it's Margot in 2019. She's come home to take care of her ailing uncle, and another girl goes missing and is found dead. And she's like, wow, this reminds me so much of my friend, whatever her name is, who died in 1994. So we're following 2 timelines, 1994 when this girl goes missing, and also 2019 when the main character Margot is following this other murder that she thinks sounds like the 1994 murder. And she's like, how are these connected? I'm going to figure this out. So far, I'm really liking it. I know that the author, Ashley Flowers, is a podcaster. I don't really listen to podcasts because I listen to audiobooks, but so far so good. It doesn't seem like, it has nothing to do with the podcast so far. So I'm really liking this so far. So I'm 65% into All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. I'm loving this. I'm on sprints right now, and I was so into it that I didn't check the time, and I almost missed the talking part because I just kept reading, and I don't do that often. I do understand the comparisons to JonBenet Ramsey because of something that was revealed in this, which is my favorite conspiracy theory of JonBenet Ramsey, but I think it's different enough that it's definitely its own story. But I'm really liking this, really liking this. So unless something stupid happens, this could be a 5-star. I finished All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. I am really sorry that I did not update on this one a lot. It is literally because I was so hooked onto this book. I could not stop to update. I just had to keep reading. I was on sprints, and luckily we were doing hour-long sprints because I was so into this. It was one of those times during sprints where I was like, man, I wish we could just keep reading because this book was so good. I'm gonna give this 5 stars, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I put it as 5 stars on Goodreads and was looking at my friends' reviews, and it seems like I am in the minority, which is fine. I don't let other people's reviews dictate how I review. So I think Katrina from Katrina Brown gave it 2 stars, which I definitely understand. I can't remember what Lexi gave it, but it definitely wasn't 5 stars. And I absolutely understand why they would have done that. This book really worked for me. I loved it so much. It is definitely based off of a real true crime story. So if you don't really like true crime, I don't think you would like this. The author is a podcaster who focuses on true crime. So it makes sense that she took, you know, this book with a real true crime story for influence. Like, I get that. It really worked for me, however, and without spoiling anything, I think that the ending for this really worked for me, and maybe that's where people don't like it, but I loved the ending of this. Like, for me personally, it blew me away. So 5 stars for all good people here. I will be keeping this. I would absolutely read this again, even though I already know what happened, because I feel like I would go back and read it again and find something that I missed the first time that would connect to the ending. So 5 stars for all good people here. Absolutely love this one. I love this one. I don't care. I loved it. I am 150 pages into Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister, right? Yes. And I'm really liking this so far. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but this is a little bit of sci-fi, which I'm really enjoying. So the premise is this woman, it's Halloween, I think, and she's waiting for her son to get home for a party. I think he's 18, so she's just like making sure that he's okay and everything. And when he gets home, he kills someone in like their front yard. And she is like, what in the fuck? So like they go to the police station and they're like, we have to keep him, you can go home. And then the next morning she wakes up and she has like time traveled backward. So she wakes up and it's the day before Halloween. And then every time she wakes up, it's another day backward. So now I am on day minus 13. So she's gone 13 days before Halloween. So I think this is really cool. It is a little bit of a domestic thriller, which I actually really like if they're done well. The domestic is her son. So I'm really liking this one, and I am liking the sci-fi element a lot. So I'm liking this one a lot. I am 75% into Wrong Place, Wrong Time. This is so fast. Like, I just picked it up tonight. I was 40% in and now I'm almost done, and I picked it up like an hour ago. It's going so fast. Anyway, so I thought that this was going to be really repetitive because we're going back in time like every chapter, but without spoiling anything, the author is doing something where it's not repetitive, which I think is really smart, and I wasn't expecting it at all. So like when I realized what was happening, I was like, wow, that is amazing, and like totally makes sense, because a lot of books, especially like the ones that I've read that are like time travel or whatever, are YA, and like my biggest critique of them is that it's so repetitive. But since this is like time travel back in time, and the way that this author is doing it is keeping it really interesting. So I'm really liking this. I will say I put this down for 4 days for like Christmas, like wasn't reading, and it did take me a good 50 pages to get back into it, which is not normal for me. So I was like really not into it at first, but with what this author has decided to do, without spoiling anything, I'm so sorry, I know this is vague, it's really like captured my attention. So I'm just wondering how this is going to end. Like, this is really good. I finished Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister, and I really like this. I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and that is for one reason only, and that is probably on me, but I thought this was a thriller, and it's definitely more of a mystery. So me going into this expecting a thriller and then it being a mystery was really confusing for me, but I love this. This was so fast-paced. I read it in 2 nights over like a week, and I just loved it. I will say I read it before Christmas, and then Christmas happened and I took like 3 days off reading and just had TikTok brain. And then I came back to it, and it did take me a good 50 pages to get back into the story and once again figure out what was happening. And that could have definitely been me just like having TikTok brain or whatever, but it could have also been the book being like a little bit confusing. And I don't want to give away the book, but once again, I know I said this in my last clip, but I love what the author did with the going back in time. And I loved that this was a little sci-fi. like just a touch of sci-fi with the going back in time. So I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I am going to keep this. This is something that I would definitely read again, and I am very excited for this author's next book. So I chalk this up as a win. 4 stars, highly recommend if you just like a little bit of sci-fi and you're into mystery. I am over 100 pages or 32% into Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. This starts with Vera, who gets a call from her estranged mother telling her to come home because Vera's mother is dying. Vera hasn't been to her home in over 12 years because her dad was a serial killer and killed people in the house. I wouldn't want to go home either. I do feel like this is a little slow so far, which I just read another Sarah Gailey for another project and I felt like that one was a little slow too. Like, I think that's just how they write, is a little slow, which is fine. But now Vera is finding notes in the house from her father, I guess from when, like before or like when he was killing people and she was still in the house. So it definitely is intriguing. It's just a little slow. So like I understand, like this does not have good ratings on Goodreads at least. So like I understand kind of, but I really like Sarah Gailey and I've read 2 of their books and gave them both 4 stars. So I'm hoping that this one is the same thing. I do know that there is a twist in here that people either love or hate. So I like obviously hope I'm the former and I hope I love it. So we'll see. Just wanted to give you my first check-in of this, hoping to finish it today. It's really short. Like I'm 100 pages in, 32% in, like, so we'll see. I am 72% into Just Like Home and I am thinking of DNFing it, and the only reason I didn't DNF it earlier is because this is my first read of 2023 and I'm DNFing my the first book of 2023 and that really sucks. This is too slow for me. I truly do not care what's happening, which really sucks because I've loved all the other Sarah Gaileys that I've read, but for some reason this just absolutely is not working for me and I love myself. So even though it's the first book of 2023, this will be a DNF, and since I made it 72% in, I will be counting it on Goodreads, but I will not be rating it because I didn't finish it. But I made it 72% in, which is very far, so I will be counting it. So yeah. Hold on and I will do a wrap up. Okay, for this video, I read Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Love this, gave this 4 stars. This was definitely more of a mystery than a thriller, which is probably my fault for picking this up. But I actually picked it up because I thought I got these 2 books mixed up because I thought they looked alike. I know that this sounds really dumb, but that's just how it goes. However, I did give All Good People Here 5 stars. Absolutely love this one. This is my favorite one out of all of the ones I read. And then obviously, as you know, I DNF Just Like Home. This cover is everything. I'm so sad that I'm gonna have to get rid of it. But yeah, for the most part, the 3 thrillers video did pretty well. I will be keeping 2 of these and I will just be getting rid of Just Like Home. But that's it. That's the video. I will definitely be doing more of these videos. I'm thinking of doing like 3 mystery, 3 horror, 3 romance, 3 contemporary. So let me know which one you want to see next because this will be an ongoing series. But yeah, thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye!
Losing time, I'm fading fast.